House, part of the Scottish Government, civil service here in Edinburgh. Interesting thing about that building, or my favourite thing about that building, is it's built on the site of an old jail. The cells are still underneath. They are politicians after all, you never know, we might be needing them. And here you are on the right hand side, the spectacular profile of Edinburgh's Old Town, going all the way down from the castle, down the Royal Mile, down to Holyrood Palace, and that's where we're heading to now, guys. Right below us on the right hand side, that's the Canongate Cemetery. Notice the little gold thing, we'll see that more closely as we go past the gold thing right on the roof there. That's the symbol of Holyrood Palace, we'll see it when we go past. In Salisbury Crag, it's very popular to climb at our seat. It's the highest point here in Edinburgh, 822 foot high. And you can see, even on a day like this, there are people up the top. I have a little challenge for you folks, if you care to take it. On a good day, which this isn't really, but on a good day, it takes me about 35 minutes to climb to the top of it. Houses in mainland Europe. And right beside it, you can see the ruin of the Abbey, Holyrood Abbey. Holyrood Abbey dates from the day 500 years ago, still providing fresh fruit, fresh veg, flowers for the tables at Holyrood Palace. But we'll see that as we go on. Splendor that lies beyond. That's one of the side gates, folks. Looking through the trees, you can see the oldest surviving, the tower that's coming into view now, that's the oldest surviving part of the main entrance into the palace, and the ruin of the abbey right beside it. It's a fascinating area, guys, just so full of. Couldn't be more different, both in terms of its architectural style and indeed in the way that they would each run the fountain of the great Stuart household in Linlithgow Palace. Only a volcanic age through a tropical rainforest. It's totally interactive, great fun to do. In fact, the first thing that happens to you when you go into Dynamic Earth is you travel in a time machine. Do relax though, it's totally reliable. I set the clocks myself, it'll have you back here in 2 or 2.5 hours at most. So the Dynamic Earth, he comes back in time to talk to you. Of course, he is a hologram, photograph part of the Scottish Parliament. Photograph, well, probably because it's an unusual, it's an interesting pattern. Not necessarily because people know what it is, but as soon as we've moved away and you've had a chance to look at it, I'll tell you. There are Edinburgh Heights bridges. There are 19 spans on this bridge altogether. Only one of everything on, in and around the earth. It's free to go in, that's the entrance down there. And then just ahead of it, the modern extension. Okay, that's the St George IV Bridge. The steeple here in Edinburgh is 74 metres high. Right next to it is the Scottish Whisky Experience, a visitor attraction telling you the story, the history of whisky in Scotland. And here we are at last, into view, all on the right hand side. There's the esplanade to the castle there. There's the Half Moon Battery, part of the defences for the castle. Right beside that, if you can kind of glimpse there, you'll see the gold above the windows, the Great Hall. That's where all the main events, all the main banquets would be.